English Rise podcast.
Easy listening and speaking practice. Imagine you study English every day. Apps, YouTube, grammar books. But when someone asks you a simple question, your mind goes blank. You can read, you can do exercises, but speaking feels impossible. Do you feel like you study a lot, but your English doesn't really improve? Are you busy and tired of wasting time on methods that don't work? Today, we build your smart English study system so you can finally see real progress in less time with a simple daily plan you can actually follow. I'll show you a small routine you can start today, and Alex will share how this changed his study life. Let's get into it. Hi, everyone. I'm Emma, and this is Alex. Welcome to the English Rise podcast, easy English listening and speaking practice to help you build fluency and confidence. Today, we're talking about how to design a simple, smart study system that fits your busy life and helps you actually speak and understand English better. Alex used to feel stuck for years. Now he uses a routine that gives him real results. By the end of this episode, you'll have a clear 60-minute daily plan and concrete strategies for smart input, smart output, and smart review. Ready? Let's start with why so many learners feel stuck, even when they're working hard.
Hi, everyone. Hello. I'm Alex. I used to study for hours, but felt stuck. Changing my system changed everything. Small habits, every day, slowly built real confidence. I'm excited to share what worked for me.
Okay, why does English still feel hard? First, common frustrations. You study for years, but your speaking doesn't improve. You know grammar rules, but freeze when you need to speak. You forget vocabulary quickly. These feelings are normal. The real reasons are usually not your motivation or talent. They are problems in the study system. For example, many learners do a lot of passive learning, watching videos or reading without using the language. Or they have no daily routine. They open random apps and jump from topic to topic. Some spend most time on difficult grammar points that they rarely use, while ignoring common phrases. And many switch methods every week, so they never stay long enough to see progress. So, the key idea: it's not you, it's your system. We'll fix that using a simple idea, the 80-20 rule.
Yeah, that 80-20 idea helped me stop doing everything. For a long time, I thought more is better. But I did a little less, and I did the right things. And that changed how fast I improved.
The 80-20 rule means roughly 20% of your study gives 80% of your results. For English, find the 20% that matters: smart input, smart output, and smart review. Smart input is listening and reading you mostly understand, content that's useful and interesting. Smart output is speaking and writing regularly, even in small amounts, so your brain learns to use language. Smart review is a simple way to remember new words and phrases so you don't forget them after a day. Focus on high-frequency words and common patterns, phrases you will actually say, rather than rare vocabulary. For example, learning the phrase, "can I have?" plus a few nouns is far more useful than memorizing 10 random advanced words you will never use. Keep it simple and repeat real language often. Now, let's turn that into a daily routine you can follow.
To make it real for listeners, I used to memorize long lists of single words. Useless. Then I switched to learning short phrases I used at work and when I traveled. That small change gave me so many opportunities to speak. It was a game changer.
Here is a simple, flexible routine you can start today. It fits busy schedules and works for levels A1 through B2. The model, 30 to 60 minutes per day, split into 3 blocks. Block 1, 10 to 20 minutes of smart input, listening or reading that is interesting and mostly understandable. Block 2, 10 to 15 minutes of smart output, speaking or writing in short bursts. Block 3, 10 to 15 minutes of smart review, a few minutes to remember the phrases and correct mistakes. For beginners, make the input longer and the speaking very short. Maybe 5 minutes of voice notes or shadowing. Use graded readers or slow podcasts with transcripts. For intermediate learners, balance input and output more evenly and try longer speaking tasks a few times a week. For upper B2, challenge yourself with real-world podcasts, news, and longer conversations, but keep daily review. The most important rule, consistency beats intensity. 20 to 30 minutes every day will help you more than 2 long sessions once a week. Alex, tell us when and how you fit your routine into a busy day.
Sure. My routine is simple. I do it in the morning, 30 minutes before work. 10 minutes of a short podcast with a transcript. 10 minutes of speaking. I record a voice note about the podcast or my plan for the day. And 10 minutes reviewing 5 key phrases from the week. On weekends, I add 1 longer speaking session with a conversation partner. Morning is easier for me because I'm fresh, but pick any time and stick to it. Even 20 minutes in the evening works.
Great. Now let's make input powerful. Smart input means you choose content that is interesting, mostly understandable, and just a little challenging. Good examples: graded readers and simple stories, podcasts with transcripts, YouTube videos with subtitles, news in simple English. The just right difficulty rule is important. If you don't understand anything, the material is too hard. If you understand everything easily, it's probably too easy. Here's a simple method for an input session. Step 1. Listen or read once for general meaning. Don't stop for every word. Step 2. Listen or read again. Pause to notice new words and useful phrases. Step 3. Repeat or write down 3 to 5 useful phrases. Full phrases, not single words. You can also do shadowing. Repeat short sentences after the speaker to improve rhythm and pronunciation. Use transcripts. First, listen without reading, then listen again with the transcript to check and to notice how sentences are formed. Alex, how do you use transcripts in your practice?
I listen first with no subtitles. I try to get the general idea. Then I play it again with the transcript and underline useful phrases. After that, I say those phrases out loud 3 times. Simple, but it helps my listening and my speaking.
Perfect. Input is necessary, but output is where your brain builds real fluency. Many learners only consume and never produce. Smart output is low-pressure, regular practice that builds your ability to communicate. Try these speaking ideas. Record 3 to 5 minute daily voice notes about your day or about what you listened to. Do shadowing for 5 to 7 minutes. Talk to yourself while doing housework. Narrate what you're doing. Find short, low-pressure language exchanges or conversation apps for 15 to 20 minutes a few times a week. For writing, a 5-minute daily journal, short comments on social media or video posts in English, or a 1-paragraph summary of a podcast episode. The key here is frequency and communication, not perfection. Make mistakes and learn from them. Alex, you faced fear of speaking. How did you start, practically?
I started alone. Voice notes. Just 2 minutes. I didn't show them to anyone. I listened and I noticed mistakes. Then I tried to correct them next time. After a few weeks, I felt confident to join a small online call. That first call was scary, but it got easier fast. Small steps.
That's exactly it. Mistakes are evidence you are learning. Now, to make your learning last, you need SMART review. The brain forgets fast unless we use spaced repetition and meaningful review. Spaced repetition means review after 1 day, a few days later, then a week, then longer. Keep a small personal phrase bank. When you learn a useful sentence or phrase, add it to your bank. Use flashcards or an app for 5-10 minutes daily. Important tips. Use full phrases or short sentences, not only single words. Practice active recall. Look at the context or your native language prompt. Try to say the English, then check. Mix skills in review. In one short session, include vocabulary, build one sentence with a phrase, and say that sentence out loud. This mixing, called interleaving, helps your brain form flexible knowledge. Alex, give us a quick example of how you review a new phrase.
When I find a phrase, I write it in my app as a short card with the sentence context. Example, I'm running late. I review it the next day, I say it aloud, I use it in a new sentence, I'm running late because the traffic is bad. Then, after 3 days, I try to use it in a voice note. That helps me remember and use it. That's really it. Small steps, and this really helped me.
Nice example. Now, let's fix some common study mistakes fast. Mistake 1. Memorizing long word lists with no context. Better, learn words in real sentences from content you like. Mistake 2. Only using grammar books. Better, use grammar to support real conversations and writing. Practice grammar with real sentences. Mistake 3. Changing apps and methods every week. Better, pick one main resource and use it for at least a month and add 1 or 2 small extras. Mistake 4. Studying only when you feel motivated. Better, create a small fixed routine you do even on low energy days. 5 to 10 minutes is okay. Mistake 5. Trying to be perfect in every sentence. Better, aim for communication first and then correct gradually. Alex, what's one habit you stopped that helped you most?
I stopped trying to learn everything at once. I used to open 5 apps and study 20 minutes in each. Nothing stuck. I chose one podcast series and one review app, and I repeated the same phrases. It was boring at first, but it worked.
Exactly. Now, let's make this practical with a 7-day SMART study challenge. The idea, 7 days, each day 3 short tasks: input, output, review. Keep each day around 30 minutes total. Every day, 10 minutes of listening or reading, 5 minutes of speaking or writing, 10 minutes of review of 5 to 10 key phrases. Here are 2 or 3 sample days to get you started. Day 1. Listen to a 10-minute short podcast episode once for general meaning. Then record a 2 to 3 minute voice note summarizing the podcast in simple English. Review 5 key phrases from the podcast with your flashcards. Day 2. Watch a short YouTube video with subtitles. Write a 5-sentence journal entry about the video. Review phrases you learned yesterday, plus 1 new phrase. Day 3. Read a short graded reader chapter or a simple news article. Shadow read 2 short paragraphs out loud. Then record 1 minute explaining the main idea. Review your phrase bank. Mix old and new. For the rest of the week, repeat this pattern, but change the topics. One day, focus on travel phrases. Another day on work phrases. One day on everyday small talk. Track time, note which activities felt easy or hard, and notice your confidence level each day. After 7 days, choose the elements you like and build a longer routine.
A quick tip, put a simple checklist on your phone. Tick off input, output, review each day. It's small, but checking a box makes you do it. After a week, you'll see small wins and feel motivated to continue.
Great tip, Alex. Let's quickly recap the most important ideas before we finish. Your progress problem is often your system, not your ability. Focus on 3 pillars. Smart input. Choose interesting, mostly understandable material. Smart output. Speak and write every day in short bursts. Smart review. Use spaced repetition and phrase banks. Use a realistic daily routine, 30-60 minutes, and choose consistency over intensity. Try the 7-day challenge to test this system and then adjust it for your life. Alex, one final encouragement for listeners?
Keep it small and kind to yourself. If you miss a day, it's okay. Just start again tomorrow. Little steps every day add up to big change. You can do this.
Thank you for listening today. Remember, learning English takes time, and that's okay. If you enjoyed this podcast, come back again and keep practicing. We'll keep learning together. Easy listening, better speaking, rise higher. See you in the next episode.